Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I wanted to do another anti-haul. I've been having fun doing these every 4 weeks or so. I think it's a fun way to kind of chat about new makeup releases, chat about some things that I either think are ridiculous or are kind of boring, or maybe I'm trying to talk myself out of certain things. That is in this video as well. I have fun doing these. You seem to enjoy them as well. I love hearing your input on maybe why you actually do like some of these items, or also just kind of roasting things as well. Anti-hauls are basically a way to combat the overconsumption and the overconsumerism that is out there. I initially got this video idea from Abby Williamson, who got her video idea from Kimberly Clark. I will of course have both of their channels down below. I actually have a decent amount of things on my phone to talk about today. I think I have 13 items, something like that. We are going to get into it, but before we do, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and TikTok by the time this video goes up. And let me just give you my accessory details. Oh, well, I had a necklace. It was hiding behind my shirt. This is from Ana Luisa. My earrings today are from Spooky Doodle Club on Etsy. And I got this blue wig off of Amazon, but I don't remember the brand, and I'm very sorry about that. Anyways, without further ado, let's just hop in and lightly roast some products. All right, we're gonna go in no particular order here. Let's kick it off with a Colourpop item. I guess I should actually do a little scooch so I have room to put pictures on the screen. So this is the Rock Candy Mega Palette. This launched a few weeks ago, which in Colourpop time is 5 years ago, right? This one just is not really my thing. For one, I don't love the mega palettes. The bigger palettes are not my cup of tea, and this is just riddled with pressed glitters, which also isn't my favorite thing. I'm not anti-pressed glitter. I've actually gotten more and more into them just over time, but when there are so many, it's just not really my thing. And for the most part, it's neutrals, it's different undertones. It's not really what I need. My Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette is my forever ultimate neutrals with a twist palette now, so this is not something I needed, so I passed on that. I actually did get it sent as PR, but I gave it to a friend because it is just not for me. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this one. I hate this so much. This is from Too Faced. This is the Major Love palette. And to be fair, I don't really buy from Too Faced anyways, but this palette I just had to talk about because I hate it. I hate camo print more than I can express. I've always hated it. I think it is so ugly. I cannot stand it. Sorry, not sorry if you enjoy it. I hate it. With a capital H, it is one of my least favorite things. Mark my words, you will never catch me wearing camo. But I hate this. I hate the whole Major Love, military, but cute vibe. I think it's awful, and the color story is nothing special. It's neutrals with a pop of green. You know, I mean, there's a light pink in there, but you could almost classify that as a neutral as well. It's just not cute. I hate the whole vibe. I think it's so ugly, in my humble opinion. Okay, this I also hate. A lot, actually. This is the new Makeup Revolution and DC collection. It's inspired by Gotham City, Batman, Catwoman, all that stuff. I'm basically reading this verbatim off of Trend Mood's post because I don't care about Batman. I love Marvel. I love the Marvel Universe. I love superheroes. Not a big DC person, and I really don't like Batman. I know. Very weird. I'm obsessed with bats. Battybean is my whole tag thing, but I don't like Batman. I think he's overrated. But I just think this collection is ugly. I don't understand. We have a big neutral palette and then a big rainbow palette. What about that screams Batman? Actually, nothing. That's what I'll tell you. I mean, the blush quads are cute. I don't know if they're blushes. Maybe they're little eyeshadow palettes. But they're also they're just so basic. They have nothing to do with the theme. I just think this is so pointless. They just stuck some pictures on it and it'll sell just because of that. I don't know. I think this is stupid. I think this was a waste and I don't like it at all. Okay, this next one I wanted to talk about. This is a brand I don't buy from because unfortunately they're not cruelty free. This is Laneige. They have the lip sleeping mask, and I actually tried one of these in an Ipsy bag years and years ago before I went cruelty free, and I freaking loved it. To this day, if they go cruelty free, I'm 100% buying at least 3 of the scents from this brand because I remember loving this lip mask so much. But this one is chocolate scented, and I just feel like I wouldn't enjoy a chocolate scented lip mask personally. I love chocolate. I have a sweet tooth, but a chocolate lip mask just doesn't really appeal to me. And I don't know, it just doesn't look good. You know, it's not aesthetically pleasing. Maybe that's just me, but I don't like it. Okay, this next one, I wanted to love this so much. I was so pumped when this was getting teased. This is the new Glamlight and Hershey Kisses collab. I was so excited. Again, I have a sweet tooth. I love chocolate. I pretty much always have some variation of Hershey Kisses in a jar downstairs because I love snacking on them. They're so tasty. And I feel like Hershey Kisses are just so underrated. It's not like it's my favorite candy, but they're really good and they're just such a quick, easy little bite of chocolate, you know? But what happened with this one for me is what happens with so many of their collections for me. They're all just so monochromatic, you know? I really wanted these to be just a little bit more. And again, they also do this thing for me where like they'll release one and I'm like, okay, yeah, I could get that. And then they'll talk about a second one. I'm like, okay, maybe that one too. And then they show a third and then they show a fourth. And in this case, they show a fifth. And then I get overwhelmed and I don't want any of it. That's kind of what happened here. Oh, I just wish they weren't all so monochromatic because they're very cute. And they had so many different like good flavors, like the cookies and cream. I love that flavor. The lava ones are new and I love them. I have some downstairs right now. Bottom line is I was excited for this, but it just fell a little flat for me, unfortunately. Eventually Glamlight will have another release that I really want to jump on because I love my Glamlight Michaela palette, but this just unfortunately wasn't it. On top of the fact that I don't love the packaging, like, let me start over. I love the Hershey Kiss shaped packaging, but I don't like that it opens downward like this. I know that's nitpicky, but I like when my palettes open upward, and I totally understand that it couldn't really because it would be on such a precarious little point to do that. So I get like why it opens from the bottom because that's the bigger part. I just don't like that it opens from the bottom. I almost would have rathered it open from the side, but that's just my own little nitpicky thing. Okay, I don't know if many other things in this video make me as mad as this one, but I was furious when I saw this. This is the new Makeup Revolution Lion King collab. I'm such a Lion King fan. My first tattoo is the cave drawing of Simba on my shoulder. I love Lion King. It's so precious and so sweet. I love it so much. This collection is so flat for me. Like, what about this screams Lion King? Nothing to me. It's just a bunch of random rainbow colors in various palettes. I just don't understand it. And also, why is it leopard print? Maybe it's cheetah print. I get the two mixed up, but regardless, why is it that? It's the Lion King specifically. I don't understand it. I don't like it. This makes me angry. I wish this did not exist, to be honest with you. Okay, next up, another Colourpop launch. These are some more additions to their whole NBA line. Is it the NBA? Oh my gosh, I don't know anything. It is the NBA, okay. I don't know anything about sports, so that's kind of where I wanted to start. I'm not a sports person. Literally don't care. You probably couldn't pay me to go to a sports game if I'm being honest with you. It's just not my thing. So this already just doesn't appeal to me for that aspect. And the color stories are just not quite it. I will say the NYX palette is definitely more my speed because I do like cool tones when it comes to neutrals. However, I just did not need this one. I have a decent amount of cool tones in my collection, so this one isn't necessary, but it is pretty. I actually did get sent the NYX side of the collection in PR. I only kept the glitter. Oh my gosh, I've been saying NYX. I meant Nets. I don't know anything about sports. My apologies. The NYX collection I do not like. I live in Florida. I live in North Central Florida. Everybody cares about the Gators here, and I just cannot stand it. I literally hate pairing orange and blue together. I get that it's complementary colors. I get that it's aesthetically pleasing. People love to pair orange and blue together when it doesn't even relate to sports. I just cannot bring myself to do it, especially these specific shades. These are basically Gators colors, and I just hate it for that reason. Okay, this next one. This is from Jules Place. They're definitely in a little bit of hot water right now. They recently posted on their page a tutorial from someone and they used an Asian racial slur and it took them a little too long to kind of do something about it and their apology was very weak. So I'm kind of like not super into that, obviously. But I still wanted to talk about this palette because there's something about it I just don't like. This is called the Culture eyeshadow palette. I literally cannot put my fingers on why I don't like this. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a little chaotic looking. Maybe it's the layout. Maybe it's the size. I can't put my finger on why I don't like this. So I mostly wanted to talk about this so maybe you could help me figure out why I don't like this because there's just something about it that doesn't appeal to me. And I don't know what it is. So not interested in that. Okay, this next one is like one of the stupidest things I've seen so far this year. This is a collaboration between Chapstick and Supreme. To be fair, I do not care about like luxury fashion at all. I think Supreme is considered luxury fashion. I don't know because I don't care. Supreme means nothing to me. If anything, I actually think it's kind of ugly. Like, I don't want to walk around wearing like, I don't know, a bright red jacket with Supreme stamped across it. That's just not my vibe. And I just feel like this collab is the most stupid, pointless thing ever. Why does this exist? I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. But I just think this is dumb, so I wanted to talk about it just to laugh. Next up, Gwen Stefani is coming out with a brand. Surprise, surprise, all the celebs are doing it. Just cute girl things, you know? Yeah, it's called Give, G-X-V-E, but it's pronounced Give. And I saw this post on Twitter, and let me see if I can find who said it so I can actually credit them. Okay, it's from Dion Ayana. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but they literally tweeted, yes, Gwen Stefani, give us nothing. And I think that's so funny since it's called Give. Like, and that's basically how I feel about this, give us nothing. This is a boring quad of dusty neutrals, some red lips. Like, go off, girl. I'm glad that you are making something that you want to wear and that you're proud of, but yeah, literally that tweet said it all. Give us nothing. This next one, I don't know why I dislike this one so much. I just kind of do. This is from Nabla, and it's a new palette. I just hate the layout. I get what they're going for. It's a 16 pan palette, and it's kind of laid out to be little quads to help simplify your makeup routine if you are unsure on how to do it. I just feel like a lot of eyeshadow palettes are already set up in this way. Like, there aren't boxes around like a quad of shadows in a palette, but a lot of them are set up to just look at like surrounding shadows and pair them together. I don't know. I just feel like if they just simply launched this as a palette without drawing the boxes around everything, maybe it would be better. I don't know. I just don't like this. And again, I go back to my Blend Bunny Cosmetics, the Dollhouse palette. I have all these shades, but even more and even better. So I don't need this. I've never tried Nabla's eyeshadow formula, so I can't speak on it. That specific just layout and color story together just wasn't doing it for me. All right, this one. This is from Nasta Beauty. This is like a nostalgia themed brand. I've personally never heard of them before this. The Nostalgia Playlist Let's Make Up CD inspired palette. I don't like this. I also don't really like the brand name of this, Nasta Beauty. I feel like Nasta is just not, it doesn't roll off the tongue very nicely. I get what they're going for, it's just not for me. I don't like this palette. It's not even the circle shape. It's not the circle pans within the circle shape. It's just the colors aren't cute to me. I feel like the colors are very random and I don't feel like they would go together that well. We have just like a brown, a peachy matte, a yellow matte, and like a pink. And then the shimmers are a bronze, a silver, an orange, and a blue. I feel like they're very random, and I can make very random color stories work pretty well. I actually pride myself on pairing weird things together. I just don't like this. I think it's very weird. Okay, and last but not least, Beautybay.com released a bunch of palettes, and I want to start by saying I do love the concept of this. It's just not for me, and I'll get into why. Let's go by color story first. We'll go from least favorite to favorite. First is the Berries collection, and it's basically berries themed palettes in 16 pan form and 9 pan form. I love that there's the two options there because then depending on your preference of color story size, there's gonna be something for you. This just isn't really what I need right now. I don't really need a mixture of like berries, reds, and pinks. I have plenty of that, and that's not really what I'm super gravitated towards right now, so I was easily able to pass on those. The Midnight collection is beautiful. We have blues, purples, like those kind of indigo tones, very, very pretty. We have a mixture of, again, a 9 pan palette, a 16 pan palette, and a 42 pan palette. 42 is a bit much for me. I've kind of grown to being able to enjoy larger palettes if the color story speaks to me just right. This is just a little too large. And not to mention, I feel like with my Age of Opulence palette, I do kind of have the blue-purple vibe from Beautybay specifically already. Obviously, this is a lot more blue-purple focused. There aren't neutrals in it, but I just didn't feel like I needed to snag these, especially because the one I'm more drawn to is either the 16 or 9 pan, and I feel like I just did not need that with having my Age of Opulence. It felt too repetitive. But this one, this is the Earthy collection. I Love these. This specific one is stunning. Again, we have a 9 pan, a 16 pan, and a 42 pan, and I really thought I was gonna buy one of these, but just looking at them, I ended up deciding that I didn't want the monochromatic green that you get with the 9 and 16 pans. I like the kind of earthy, deep, grungy, reddish browns that you get in the 42 pan, but I didn't want a 42 pan palette. I just didn't. I'm sorry. I know a couple of you wanted me to buy this and play with it. I just couldn't. The price isn't even bad. I think it was 25 USD for the giant one. I just didn't want 42 pans of shadow. Had the 16 pan had the mixture of the greens with the earthy reddish browns, I would have been all over it. It just did not work out to be exactly what I needed. So yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. I hope you enjoyed my little anti-haul today. I actually do plan on filming soon a makeup wish list video because I feel like I've been doing the anti-haul a few times in a row now. So I thought maybe it'd be fun to talk about some things that I'm actually interested in, things that I may be buying / have already bought. So that'll be coming very soon. Just stay tuned. I would love to hear your thoughts on these releases. Do you agree with my thoughts? Are you super into them? I would love to hear your thoughts down below. I would also love to hear if you're anti-hauling anything that I didn't talk about today. Let's just roast some products. If you made it to the end of this video, I don't know, I guess leave me an emoji that you don't think you would ever use in your entire life. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I am battybean on everything, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'm posting most days over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.